This report paints an additional grim picture of global food insecurity, with the alarm bells ringing with just 8 years to go before the SDG deadline of 2030. The report shows that hunger jumped to 9.8% of the world population in 2021, up from 8% in 2019. That the gender gap in food insecurity continued to rise, with almost 32% of women moderately or severely food insecure in 2021, compared to 27.6% of men. Almost 3.1 billion people could not afford a healthy diet in 2020. And that by the 2030 deadline for zero hunger to be achieved, some 670 million people will still be facing hunger.
As much as 828 million people face hunger in 2021, and this means an increase from 2019, so just before COVID-19, of 100 million more people facing hunger, and we are talking of chronic hunger, which is the indicator of SDG that we use. The pandemic has increased existing inequalities, heightening the challenge of eradication of hunger. And our projections show that by 2030, we will be in 670 million people still hungry, which will be exactly the same number when we agreed on the SDG 2 in 2015. So beyond hunger, more than 2.3 billion people in the world lack access to adequate food in 2021. And moderate or severe food insecurity remain stable, but severe food insecurity has increased more in the last 2 years.
Evidence further suggests that if governments repurpose the resources they are using to incentivize the production, supply, and consumption of nutritious foods, they would contribute to making healthy diets less costly, more affordable, and equitable for all. While the war in Ukraine continues to be an amplifier of the crisis, and without a remedy, will continue to impact malnutrition, especially for women and children, on a global scale. Sherwin Bryceby's SABC News, New York.